Nicole Nikki Winder was a 53-year-old woman from rural Texas, known for her quiet demeanor and kind heart. On the afternoon of the 25th of February, 2026, she went out for what seemed like an ordinary day. She drove along FM 974, a long stretch of lightly traveled road in Brazos County, surrounded by open fields and trees. The day was calm, the sky clear, and the countryside peaceful. Nikki was last seen by a neighbor around 3 in the afternoon, waving as she passed by. Nobody could have imagined that within the hour, everything would change. By 4 o'clock, a call came into the Brazos County Sheriff's Office. A white 2025 Chevy pickup was found burning in a field, 2 miles from where Nikki was last seen. The fire was intentional. Investigators quickly concluded that this was arson. The truck, once full of life and familiar to her family, now lay in charred pieces, blackened and unrecognizable. The sight sent shockwaves through the community. Where was Nikki? How could she disappear without a trace while her vehicle was destroyed? Nikki's friends described her as someone ordinary in the most extraordinary way. She had a way of making people feel seen, heard, and cared for. She was reliable, kind, and always willing to lend a helping hand. At the time she disappeared, she was wearing a dark gray shirt and pink pants, standing about 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing approximately 130 pounds, with green eyes and blonde hair. To strangers, she might have seemed like any other small-town resident, but to those who knew her, she was irreplaceable. Her absence left a void that no one could fill. Law enforcement quickly issued a clear alert, signaling that Nikki was believed to be in grave danger. The alert urged residents to check any security cameras, game cameras, or any unusual activity between 3 and 4:15 p.m. that afternoon. It emphasized that she might be at risk of serious injury or death. The urgency was palpable. Each tip, no matter how small, could be the key to finding her. Search efforts began immediately, stretching across the county. The Brazos County Sheriff's Office teamed up with the Texas Rangers, search dog teams, and aerial units. Volunteers from the community joined the search, walking fields, scanning the woods, and combing every rural road for any sign of Nikki. Despite the use of cameras, drones, and search teams, nothing concrete was found. Every hour that passed without answers increased the anxiety, fear, and heartbreak for her family and friends. The impact of her disappearance on the community was profound. A disappearance is not merely a story on the evening news. It is a living nightmare for those left behind.
Go and check left.
Friends and neighbors described a haunting silence in places where Nikki's laughter once filled the air. They spoke of the emptiness at gatherings, the constant question lingering in every mind. Where is she? Is she safe? Is she alive? Her family's plea to the public was simple but urgent. Any information, no matter how small, could make the difference. Every piece of information might hold the key to understanding what happened in those critical moments between her last sighting and the discovery of her burning truck. Investigators continue to piece together the limited evidence. They know the truck was burned, and the fire was deliberate. They know Nikki vanished suddenly and without warning. But the crucial details of what happened to her remain unknown. Did she walk into danger? Was she taken against her will? Did someone hurt her and attempt to hide all evidence? These questions remain unanswered. The search for Nikki is ongoing, with law enforcement and volunteers hoping for a breakthrough that could finally end the uncertainty and bring closure to a grieving community. Her family and friends remember her not just for the day she vanished, but for the life she lived. They remember her kindness, her laughter, and her unwavering presence in their lives. They remember her as someone who made even ordinary days brighter. And now, they hold on to hope, clinging to every new lead, every tip that comes in, praying that one day Nikki Winder will be found, that she will be brought home, and that the mystery of her disappearance will finally be solved. The Brazos County Sheriff's Office has continued to coordinate searches weeks after her disappearance, collaborating with the Texas Department of Public Safety, volunteers, and local agencies. The area is rural, vast, and challenging to cover, with fields, creeks, and wooded areas that make every search difficult and painstaking. Authorities have made clear that anyone with information, even if it seems minor or irrelevant, should come forward. In missing persons cases like Nikki's, the smallest detail can lead to the biggest breakthrough. The case has gripped more than just the local community. News reports have reached neighboring counties and even national outlets, bringing attention to the dangers that can be hidden in quiet, rural areas. Nikki Winder's disappearance is a stark reminder that danger can appear without warning, even on a calm, ordinary afternoon. Families across the country empathize with the uncertainty, the fear, and the relentless hope that her loved ones endure every day. Despite the community's concern and widespread media coverage, Nikki remains missing. There is no evidence indicating her whereabouts. Law enforcement has stressed that she is still considered in grave danger, and anyone with information should contact authorities immediately. The ongoing investigation continues, following leads, interviewing potential witnesses, and analyzing every available clue. The case is a high priority, not just because of the circumstances of her disappearance, but because of the very real threat to her life. Nikki's story illustrates how quickly ordinary life can turn into uncertainty. One minute, she was seen smiling, driving along a country road. The next, she was gone, leaving only a burning vehicle behind. It is a chilling example of how vulnerable individuals can be, even in familiar surroundings. The emotional toll on her loved ones is immeasurable. Every night, they hope for a sign, a message, or a hint that Nikki is safe. The void her absence leaves is felt in every conversation, every gathering, every quiet moment. Her disappearance has also highlighted the importance of community involvement in missing persons cases. Volunteers have worked tirelessly, organizing searches, sharing information on social media, and assisting law enforcement wherever possible. Every effort reflects the deep care and concern for Nikki, and a shared hope that she can be found and brought back safely. These actions remind us that even in the darkest situations, communities can come together to try to make a difference. The authorities continue to investigate every aspect of the case. They are looking into the circumstances leading up to Nikki's disappearance, her social connections, and any possible threats she might have faced. Law enforcement emphasizes that they are keeping the investigation active and are prepared to follow any credible lead, no matter how long it takes. They also urge the public to remain vigilant, noting that sightings or suspicious activity could be the key to solving the mystery. Nikki Winder's disappearance is still a mystery. Her truck was found burned, and the fire was deliberately set. She was last seen on the 25th of February, 2026, and despite extensive searches and investigations, no trace of her has been found. Law enforcement continues to encourage anyone with information to come forward. Her family, friends, and community remain hopeful that she will be found and that the circumstances of her disappearance will be fully uncovered. Nikki's story serves as a reminder of the fragility of life and the critical importance of vigilance, awareness, and compassion in times of crisis. This case remains unsolved. Nikki Winder is still missing. She could be anywhere, and every moment counts. The Brazos County Sheriff's Office, along with other authorities, continues to pursue leads, review tips, and search the area for any sign of her. The community continues to support her family, sharing her story and keeping hope alive. The smallest piece of information could make the difference between tragedy and rescue. Her disappearance is a haunting reminder that ordinary days can change in an instant. Families everywhere can relate to the fear and uncertainty that comes with a missing loved one. Every effort to find Nikki Winder is a testament to human perseverance, care, and hope. She is more than a name in the news. She is a daughter, a friend, a member of her community. And until she is found, her story is a plea for attention, awareness, and action. Nikki Winder's life, the suddenness of her disappearance, and the uncertainty surrounding her fate create a story that is both heartbreaking and urgent. Law enforcement urges anyone with information to come forward immediately. Community members continue to organize searches, share information, and support her family. The case remains active, with investigators following every possible lead. Her story is far from over, and the hope for her safe return endures. In summary, Nikki Winder vanished on the 25th of February, 2026, in Brazos County, Texas. Her truck was found burned, and authorities determined the fire was arson. She is believed to be in grave danger. Despite extensive search efforts and community involvement, her whereabouts remain unknown. Her family, friends, and law enforcement continue to seek any information that could help locate her. Nikki Winder's disappearance is a reminder of how quickly ordinary life can turn into a nightmare, and the importance of vigilance, compassion, and persistence in the face of uncertainty. Do like and subscribe this channel for more unsolved cases.